from Russia with love. Very original. I never traveled light. What am I talking about? I was chubby but happy. After this studio was a 5-star hotel. Sorry guys. What is up guys? Oops. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I was thinking for a while which kind of video it should be, and since I see my channel is growing slowly but surely, I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you for supporting my channel, for supporting my videos, and I thought it would be fun to do something that will introduce me and you can get to know me a little better for those who are new to my channel, who doesn't know me too well. And I sort of like what would be a fun way of doing it, and I thought it would be fun if I just go back to my old Instagram picture and tell you a little story about it. What do you guys think? Yes? Let's go. Okay, for the first picture that I saw, I will tell you a little bit about. It was a first picture, this one, a view from a window. Nobody actually know now which kind of, what does it mean even. It was actually my first day in New York when I just moved there. And it was a view from a modeling apartment. I believe it was located in East Village. It was like East Houston and, I don't know, Avenue A or something like that. I mean, I was very happy to be in New York, shot the pictures, saw, the view was beautiful. But I remember this time as being, of course, happy times because, I just arrived. I was very excited, but also a very challenging one because I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 girls. And it was interesting. It was like 2-bedroom apartment. One room had 6 girls, like on a, bunk beds. The one was a double floor bed. And then another room had only 2 beds. So the new girls would come and would sleep in that like 8-girl room. And then as you stay there longer, you kind of like the girls leave and you can be in a room with just 2 of you. So I end up living in this apartment for probably 7 or 8 months, and in the end I was living in a room with just me and a girl. So you kind of have to earn the space in the better room. But it was honestly such a gross apartment. We had all these girls, they didn't wash their dishes, hair everywhere. I remember I would go to shower and I would wear a flip-flops, like I would be so disgusted to actually step in the shower on the floor. So it was honestly not my first time living in a modeling apartment, and it was not the worst modeling apartment I ever lived in, but that's how it was. And this is what this picture has behind. But afterwards, my first opportunity when I had money in my pocket, I rented out the apartment, and my first apartment was a studio. I remember it was about $2,500 a month in Financial District in a new building with gym. So after this, the studio was a 5-star hotel. Let me tell you. Okay, so that was picture number 1. Next, let's go. I think very few people know, but I, for a second, had a dog in New York. It was like a little dog like this. I had my dog only for maybe 3 months. Yes, I will sound like a bad dog mom. I like the idea of having a dog, but then when I took this decision of getting a dog, I didn't realize how much work and responsibility it is because, with being a model and traveling all the time, not having a proper schedule, like it was so hard to manage like your work life and dog. I did not have any family members there, barely had any friends, so I really didn't have anyone to leave a dog to. So I had a dog for 3 months, and then I had a makeup artist that was working at the job, and I was just like, do you know any good family that will take this dog? Because I feel so bad. The dog was home all day long by itself, peed everywhere, everything. It was horrible. So yeah, the makeup artist said, oh, I'll take it with my boyfriend. I'll just have it for myself. So he took the dog, and dog was in a better hands than mine. So that was my dog experience. And I think from that experience, I understood I'm really not a dog person. Like, we have a dog now, and he's the sweetest soul, and it's my husband's dog. I love him. He's well trained. He's well behaved. We live in a house. He has space. He can run out. But to live in an apartment and have a dog and like walk it every other day, like every day, twice a day, whatever, 3 times a day, feed it, like not for me. I better have a kid. Same amount of work, more rewards, to be honest. Okay, next one. That was picture number 2. Let's go to picture number 3. It's so funny. This picture, you'll be like, what is this? I actually for a second had a blog in 2015. I had a blog in 2015. I decided to have a blog. The name of the blog was From Russia with Love. Very original. I honestly started a blog because I knew it was a trend and I felt like modeling was not enough, and like in modeling there was a trend where the girls started to do blogs, so I was like, okay, let me try it. Still to this day, the writing is not my thing, never liked it, so it was like I had to hire a person that used to help me write it and didn't even sound like me, so it was a bad experience. But yeah, I had a blog, for those who didn't know. YouTube is much better for me. I like the camera more than writing. So that was like a picture for my blog that I posted on Instagram. But it's funny, it says here, my trip to Miami is almost over. Time to get back to New York. With all the travel I had done over the years, I had to learn how to travel light. I'm not traveling light. Sorry guys for my bad words, but it is not true what I'm writing here. I decided to share some tips on my blog on how I choose what should go in a luggage. Link in the profile at the top. Not a link in bio. It's so cute and just sweet to look to this. Like I was just writing something random that is not even true to myself. Like I never traveled light. What am I talking about? It's funny. But yeah, that was my for a second I was a blogger in 2015. Wrap up this career very quickly, focused on modeling. Next picture, picture number 4, March 4, 2016. It's a picture from Australia. You see there's like this famous Australian bridge, Sydney Harbour. I wrote, wow, what an amazing trip, goodbye Sydney. And nobody knew what that meant and which story it was behind this picture. It was actually our first date with Valerio when he flew to Australia for me, and I literally broke up with my ex-boyfriend maybe 2 weeks before that trip, and I had a first date. The guy came all the way to Australia. He rented this beautiful boat. We had the best day on the boat with the beautiful views, Italian charm. He knew what he was doing. So this was the day of our first date. Nobody knew that, but now you know what this picture means. Next one, let's do this. I actually wanted to feature this picture from 2016, August 19, 2016. I was in Italy on vacation. You'll be like, oh, what that picture even means? You see standing by the tree. It's actually, I was the heaviest weight I ever been in my life. I was probably close to 60 kilo, which is probably, no, not 60. I think it was more. I think it was 65 maybe? No, 63. Okay, 63. Which is probably 10 kilos more than now. I went from extreme dieting into like traveling the world with my future husband and eating everything and drinking wine, and honestly both of us gained so much weight. And now looking back at these pictures, I'm like, okay, he's seen me at my worst. Not that I was like, I just didn't felt good in this body. I didn't felt right to me. Like all my clothes were so tight on me. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't stop going to the gym. Had a lot of cellulite, starting to have a lot of cellulite. So that's what happens when you are going from extreme dieting into enjoying your life and just forget about everything else. I was chubby but happy. This is the picture. This is the name of the picture. Okay guys, so let's do last one, the 5th one. Actually, it's not that old, but I still wanted to include it because not so many people maybe saw it. It was a GQ cover and I was about, I don't know how many months pregnant. Okay, May, so I was probably close to being 2 months pregnant. It was an athletic shoot for GQ magazine and I didn't want to tell anyone that I was pregnant yet. My agency didn't know it yet, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm going to do this athletic shoot. They told me I have to jump and like, you know, there will be and the shoot for male models, so they're gonna be like throwing me in the air, and I was like, how am I gonna do it? I'm like 2 months pregnant, nauseous, like don't have energy, like god forbid if somebody hits me in the stomach, I'll like freak out. So I had to tell a photographer. It was Greg Lotta's shooting, and I had to tell the guy, I was like, listen, I Nobody knows that, but I have to tell you because we have this active shoot. I was like, I'm pregnant and I can't like be jumping up and down and doing all this crazy stuff. And you're like, oh my god, we have to completely rearrange the whole shoot. He was extremely nice and he made it work. And he's like, okay guys, forget it. I also told him he cannot tell anyone that I was pregnant. I was like all into superstition of like not telling anyone about it. And he had to come up with this like crazy idea saying like, oh, you know, never mind. Last idea that I told you about like throwing Vita in the air and jumping around is like, forget it. Changing the concept. Let's just leave this concept behind. New concept. So we still did the athletic shoot. And I remember it was, I think, World Cup, like the soccer World Cup. And, you know, they wanted, the angle of the shoot was about the soccer. So we still did it with like a soccer ball standing, you know, doing some simple athletic poses, but nothing too crazy as it was planned. Okay guys, so that was a little stories behind my 5 Instagram pictures. Let me know what you think about this kind of concept down below in the comments. If you like this type of video and this idea, we'll continue doing it and we'll tell you a little more stories about my Instagram pictures. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Vita Sidorkina, check it out, a lot of fun stuff there too. And also guys, I will be happy to answer your questions down below in the comments, so let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. Love you all. See you. Ciao.